Hey guys, what's up? This is the Stanley Parable. Parable? Something with a P. It starts with a P, I know it. Don't don't judge me. Damn it. So, I had this game on my Steam list for a long time actually, a very long time. And all of a sudden it started cropping up all over YouTube, so I'm really kind of confused as to why, because this isn't exactly something new, or at least I don't think it's new. Or if it's new, then why did I have it? Or why why was it sitting in my library? Or maybe that's a different. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm gonna play it anyway because I didn't want to have like all of my content as League of Legends because that's some of you don't like League of Legends, so why not? And it looked kind of fun, and we'll actually see if this is. I don't know what the hell. uh, you, you know what? Let's just go into it. Uh, right. Oh, let's start at chapter 1. The Stanley Parable. Because I can't pronounce that P word, apparently. Alright. Loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor next to his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on a monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and walked out into the hallway.
Did he? Now, I understand that this is a game about choices. Basically, you make a bunch of choices, and the story, the narration changes depending on a bunch of things. So, let's see how well I do, or I guess I can't really say well because I don't know if there is a true actual ending. Can I close it? No, okay, never mind. This game, but we'll find out.
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
I bet it was, but can I check these doors? that texture. This mouse sensitivity is a little bit weird. It's like there's mouse acceleration. Ooh, sorry about that. It's like some mouse acceleration going on. Also, how do I open doors? Oh, okay. I probably should have checked the keys before I did this, but sure. Well, 425. No, I can't open that door either. Can't open any of these doors. This one? No. Oh. Nope, nobody in there. Hello, guys. So I can't.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the employee lounge, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. So he turned left at the first open door and walked back in the right direction.
Oops. Okay, never mind. There we go.
And like that, he was back on track.
There we go, look at that. Now we're to 510. Oh, here it is.
As Stanley entered the lounge, He was horrified to find not a single person here. He decided he would walk up to see his boss, hoping that he would find an answer there.
Yeah, sure. That sounds actually perfectly logical, to be honest. And I'm going to
Coming
go...
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I kind of want to disobey the narrator, but I also, like... I find the actions that I'm currently taking extremely logical, so I'm going to follow that, I think. I'm gonna follow the actions that English. Just words spewing out of my mouth. I think I'm gonna take the actions I would normally take in this situation.
Entering his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. It was at this point that he began to feel dizzy and a little sick, and even thought he might pass out when suddenly he noticed a keypad next to the filing cabinet in the corner of his boss's office. Stanley had never seen this panel before and had no idea what combination of numbers would produce any result. In fact, only Stanley's boss knew this, since the panel withheld access to the boss's greatest, darkest secret. And so he had assigned the keypad a combination that only he could possibly know. The number of his freshman dorm number in college. 1957. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go out. Or not. Can I just, like, press random numbers?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the keypad was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 1957.
Yeah. That's kind of... Oh, come on. Don't do that.
1957.
Screw you, sir. Screw you. And everything you stand for.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. Stanley ventured forth into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, well, I guess there wasn't really a choice to turn back. I would
As he
have.
drew deeper into the bowels of the building, Stanley had no idea where he was or what this place held. And just as he began to think he might not discover a thing, he emerged into a long room to find rows and rows of monitors. Screens with a number above it. Stanley noticed, however, that these were not random numbers, but the number of employees who worked in the building, his co-workers. Even his own number, 427, had a place on the wall. But why a setup so elaborate, he asked. Was this simple surveillance or something even more? And as if in answer to his question, the wall slid open before him, revealing the ultimate truth of the situation.
I'm more interested in how in the hell that thing got up into the wall. Yay, collision stuff. Now what in the hell is that thing up there?
An enormous control panel, Stanley discovered, but not one that controlled simple machinery. Buttons were labeled with emotions. Happy, sad. Levers and knobs controlled actions. Walking, eating, doing work, or watching TV. Every input on this device monitored not the functions of a machine, but of a human being. And the reality began to sink in. Stanley, like so many other people, reduced to images on a monitor, had been under someone's control, always at the mercy of this machine. Could this have been the only reason employee number 427 was content with his boring job? That a machine had altered his emotions to accept it blindly? He began to feel an unbridled rage, and at the peak of his anger, something happened. A spark. Stanley looked up and saw the generator overhead, still providing some small amount of power to the machine, keeping it alive, And knowing that this generator was all that kept the controls running, Stanley moved to the ladder in the back of the room and began to climb towards the rafters.
Okay, the question is, that was long, Jesus. The question is would I do the same thing? You know, probably not, actually. Honestly, I'm not sure that I would. I would probably try and return. And I would attempt to escape. No. Obviously, that is not an option. Also, can I jump? There's gotta be some kind of jump option. I keep pressing the space bar. Jump, space. Okay, well, what the crap? That's... Why you no jump? There's a ladder. Oh, I was gonna say, what the Christ was that? That was the most horrific, like, sound. I guess I'm just kind of, like, being shoved down a linear path. I'm not... I mean, I saw some choices back.
The higher Stanley climbed, the closer he felt to freedom, the further from enslavement.
No. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm being pushed down a linear path here. This isn't quite what I had in mind. Jesus. Sensitivity's a little high. Just saying. Right. Let's, screw it. Suppose if I had to make a choice, I personally would choose the disable. There we go. Yay. Oh, that's... Let's go back here.
Blackness, power gone, all alone. And then...
Oh, yay.
As he
lucky.
stepped through the door into the fresh outside air, a feeling of liberation rushed through Stanley's body.
Well, that was...
He had seen
okay.
power. He had seen enslavement, and he had destroyed it. Underling was in control now. He had found his leading role. Stanley never discovered why everyone had gone missing, nor how and when he had come under the machine's control. But it didn't upset him terribly, because he knew that this was how things were meant to happen. All he felt was a delight unlike any he had ever known before. Never again would he follow someone else's orders without question. Never again would anyone tell Stanley where to go, what to do, or how to feel. No more bosses. No more instructions on a screen. Stanley decides for himself now. And he stepped out into the world, and he felt the cool breeze upon his skin, and Stanley was happy.
Now, I think the problem I have with that is, couldn't somebody just turn the disabled generator thing back? I'm just saying. Didn't really take a hammer to it, or anything like that. It's just kind of, I turned a handle, and it shut things down. I'm just saying. Sure. Anyway, I took the path that I would have taken. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of my personal story, but I wonder what would happen if I kind of changed things up a bit, if I didn't go toward the narrator at the beginning. It'd be very interesting to see, I think. I think I'm going to do another one. If you guys want. That is the thing. If you like this, then please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, those are cool things. If I see more of that, I'll do more of this. Remember the socials, Facebook, Twitter, those are in the description below. And, if you guys want, we'll do another Stanley Parable, and we'll, that P word I can't pronounce. And, we'll try something different, I think. Should be fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.